is enough, and it's time for a change.
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some love! Woo, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey, yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby! And we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold said so!
Oh, son of a bitch, if you just heard the glass shatter, that's right. It's Sunday. It's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast right here on TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network. And it's a man of the hour, too so weak to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And you know I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy. That's right, it's the gal them sugar shugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Now, people, we have the return of the head of fan relations. That's right, it's Mr. James Powers.
Hello.
We also have our brother from stateside, Rhode Island. That's right, it's Emerald, Professor TNA, Mike Rodriguez.
Yes. Good morning, guys. It's super dark. I'm a little scared because I might trip and fall and hurt myself, so I might disappear maybe once or twice.
Also, we have the return of one of the members of the Lost Episode crew. Finally, it is the return of Mr. Matthew French. How you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm alright.
How you been though, bro?
I've been alright, just still tiring riding to work and stuff.
I hear that. I know we were just talking about the release of the Team of the Year packs waiting to be released into FIFA. I'm waiting for that shit. I gotta try and grab me a Ronaldo. Obviously, I doubt that will happen. No, in my luck, but who knows? James, it's been a hot minute, bruv. What you been up to?
No, not much, crashing cars, shit like that. Good job it weren't mine.
Wait a minute. Crashing cars. I
might have accidentally reversed our Stacey's car into a wall.
Wait, your sister?
Yeah. It wasn't my fault.
Well, privy to previous conversations, I know for a fact when she annoys you, you call her a little bitch, so you probably grab that car on purpose, back that shit up and bust that headlight.
It wasn't my fault. It just some black ice and it just like some Gene Snitsky shit. It wasn't my fault. Well, she shouldn't have parked her car behind mine then, so I couldn't get mine out, should she? Simple as that.
Emerald. Did you have a good Christmas, birthday, New Year, all of it?
Yeah, I did. It's another year older and another year to try to make better and have more fun.
Indeed. What's the weather like in stateside? Because I know it's been crazy out there recently.
Fucking cold. To put it shortly, it's fucking cold.
Shugs, what's 5 Fahrenheit in degrees?
No idea.
Fucking hell. It's gonna be cold in degrees. It has to be in the minuses.
Oh yeah. I would look, but I'm like super out of it.
Yeah. Don't. Shugs, it's been a crazy week in wrestling. I mean, all the hype of Wrestle Kingdom, we'll talk about it later. Did you play football yesterday, or did your team play yesterday?
Yeah, we played. Won very good, lost. So,
no.
Same old shit, man.
Oh. Same old shit. Was it a 2-0?
Nah, I think it was like 4-1.
Oh, no. Bruno again.
Nah, not Bruno. There's no more Bruno this season.
Okay. Was it one of the African brothers? One of them guys that just put the burners on?
Nah, just some Valier, but...
Oh, God. How's your week been though, anyway?
Oh, dead.
Return to work and all that?
Dead.
Oh.
Back to work.
Yeah.
It just kills you.
What's work?
Yeah. Just 2 days were alright, and then 3 days the kids came back in, and that was it. End of story.
Inset days was all good, and then that was it. Oh, man. Well, people, let's get into the show. You can make sure you look at our website, please. That's Sunday Segue, .weebly.com. We have all different kinds of features. Segheads, please make sure that you, if you can, you write up all your thoughts and views on Raw on there if you can. Loving doing that you're doing it on the Facebook, but still make sure you access the website. Also, follow us on Twitter. It's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. Also, please like us on Facebook. Email us at sundaysegue@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on iTunes. Podomatic. We're on TRN, Stitcher, Mixcloud, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Right, time for the shout outs, people. Now, last couple of weeks I haven't done it because we've had a lot to say or a lot to do. But I'm going to do it this time. I can't fit everyone in. So sorry about your damn luck, but I'll try and fit you in next week. So, shout outs to at Cena Antonia, at ECW Fan 42, at Jason39Sun, at Wrestle Faction and Wrestle Faction Shugs. Their picture is of Shinsuke Nakamura. At Day_Mitchley, at The Henchland, at Headlock_Gear, at Jenny Po24 17 52 85 629. Shout out to at Who's Jobbing Who, and last but not least, shout out to at After the Bell Doc. So yeah, Shugs, any shout outs?
No, I'm good.
Emrod, any shout outs?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, James.
Mr. James Belmont, JX 2001.
Okay, and Matt.
Yeah, I would have done the same one as James, as he's been my FIFA bro lately. But no one else.
Alright, I want to give a shout out to Master of the Top Rope Elbow, Steve Dawson, who went to Progress recently. Also want to give a shout out to King Bingus, who also went to Progress. I like your boy. Alright, so I want to give a shout out to our partners in crime. That is Max Wrestling E-Magazine. New issue coming out tomorrow. Make sure you check that out, or it's either today or tomorrow, but make sure you check that out. Fantasy booking for WrestleMania is going to be happening, so check out their website, maxwrestlingemag.weebly.com. Also check out our other partners, wrestlingvideonews.com. John Clarkson, make sure you check them out. Give you all the news and dates of releases of all wrestling promotion DVDs. And also check out Chad B. Rotten Broughton, Open Turnbuckle Exposed Still, Wednesdays, Saturdays, TRN. Make sure you check it out. Right. Straight off the bat, before we go into Raw, Shugs, play my motherfucking music on Raw. Okay, last week, beginning of the year, good Raw. This week, what the fuck are they doing? They give us some kind of bullshit in the week where we got Wrestle Kingdom 9, okay? And they give us some bullshit with stuff that primarily doesn't really make any sense. Are you telling me this has gone out, right? And Vince is in the room and they're telling him that this is what's going to be going on and you're going to be happy with that? I'll be like, no, you're all fired. What the fuck is this shit? Come on, man. Like, what are you doing to us? I am so glad that 2015 will be the year of people opening their eyes to other products, because right about now what we're getting is just not good enough for my wrestling intake. So anyway, let's get into it. The Authority addresses the WWE roster, Shugs. Cena is in the ring, ready to talk more shit before the Authority comes out. The fact that they came back too soon didn't make an impact on how shit the show was.
Yeah, because I guess it was just like more of the same, Last week was good because, they only sort of come on at the end. And then this week they're there from the beginning, so it's just back to what we've been used to and what we've been complaining about for like the past year.
Clearly, they must, obviously they're not looking at whatever everyone else is doing, but in terms of their product, they margin it against obviously it being sports entertainment, or Vince does at least. Do you think Triple H can have that much more say than he already has at the moment in terms of what is being put out?
No, because whatever happens, there's always the chance that Vince McMahon is just gonna trump whatever he says, or he has the final say. So that's why probably NXT is so good and Raw is so bad. Because NXT, Triple H has the final say, and Raw, Vince has the final say.
Yeah, I mean, I read on the dirt sheet that Vince is down on NXT purely for the fact because people are obviously saying that the product is better than actual main roster, which has completely vexed him. So hence why a lot of people haven't been up yet, and he's just I don't know. Personally, I think a lot of people would agree with Vince at the helm. For much longer, we're probably going to keep seeing this shit. And we're probably not going to see a change. So hopefully, the reality era when Triple H does take over is a bit more brighter. Mike, Rollins comes out and Triple H decides to add him to the title match. What were your thoughts on this? Because now it gives us a lot of outs for this match at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. The first thing I said was, doesn't anybody remember the Money in the Bank briefcase that he won last year? Does that mean anything at all to anyone anymore? That was the one thing that possibly cut out to me. I mean, it sure does open up a lot of opportunities in the match itself, and it's not going to be the same thing we've seen with Cena and Lesnar 2 or 3 times beforehand, but it's just the briefcase is kind of diminished in my view with the fact that you're just going to put him in the main event anyway.
Yeah.
So
until he actually cashes it in, innit? It's not at their forefront at the moment.
Yeah, I don't even think they know what they want to do with him at this point with that briefcase.
They just hot-shotted it on him at the time and didn't think of the long-term booking, which is what WWE tends to do.
Sadly, yeah, that is what they tend to do.
Matt, if booked smartly, Rollins could have a massive year ahead of him, couldn't he?
Well, yeah, I think he'll still have a massive year ahead of him regardless, because if he's having all this time on such bad Raws, you just think he's probably the guy, isn't he? At the moment, he's gonna be massive anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to see. There's no actual heel at the moment better than him. And that's including Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar's not there every week. He is holding the show. Anything to do with Rollins is amazing.
I think Brock Lesnar's more of a heel just for not showing up than actually being there. So
yeah, true. Do you want to add anything to this, James? To this opening?
Stephanie's dress were hideous.
The head of fashion relations, James.
Oh my god, yeah, he's gonna throw that on Fashion Police on E tonight. All right, let's move on. Next, we had Ziggler versus Barrett. Now, Barrett returned last week, a lukewarm reception. Shugs, last couple of weeks, we've been saying, looks like Ziggler's kind of, been getting a bit of a push, which still can kind of happen, but he, got fucked over here, innit?
Yeah, but I think this was sort of like part of the push, he's in that position where the Authority wanna like fuck him over, so him losing the IC title was him being in a position where they actually care about him, and he's like going against the Authority. So although he it was bullshit booking anyway, I forgot it was a 2 8 to 3 falls match, that was just terrible anyway. But yeah, I think he's still being booked strong, because he comes back out at the end of the show and has a more significant part of the show, so he's being featured, he's not losing to Fandango or being pinned by fucking El Torito, so he's doing alright.
Or being pinned by Sin Cara. But I think yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Because at the end of the day, they're using the sympathy thing with it, as well as obviously the heel notion that the fact that he's now being fired, and it's like a babyface comeback in a way. Mike, I mean, I don't mind Ziggler getting screwed. It's just the way. Like Shug said, it's just the way, like the booking of it. Kane just comes out and it's just like, oh, I forgot to say it was a 2 hour. They do this thing like all the time, and I'm just getting a bit tired of Kane's involvement in shit at the moment.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. I mean, I'm almost pulling my hair out at that. Just the thought of Kane coming down again, either interfering or saying he forgot a match stipulation and such. But it's just the same old stuff, man. And I'm honestly not surprised with Kane and how they just suddenly remembered that they're 2 out of 3 falls. It just seems the way that they've been going about things for the last year and a half now. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's not even that surprising, and it just turns me off. Ziggler and Barrett, they did a wonderful job with the 2 out of 3 falls, and I thought it was good, and I thought it helped Ziggler's character, like Shix was saying. It's got a little bit of a feel, maybe not it's too similar, but just based on the fired part, the Rhodes, when Cody Rhodes and and Goldust before they all got all weird and with the Star. I think Goldust thing. It has a little bit of a feel like that to it. I don't know if you would agree.
Yeah, no, I hear that. On the flip side, Barrett, he wins the IC title, loses to Sin Cara on SmackDown.
And Tyson Kidd on Superstars.
Oh, God.
What's like what? Oh, for fuck's sake! Like I just don't get like if they have over 40 staff on that fucking creative team, every single wrestler on that roster, at least the main guys, should have one creative person they should go to and be like, look, we're gonna work on your character, we're gonna work on this. What's the future plans? Like for fuck's sake, man! You mean to tell me you give this guy the belt and then all of a sudden he's just losing to Sin Cara, who's not even on the main roster at the moment anyway, you know? And then fuck, I just don't get it.
It's like taking a giant whiz on the title, basically.
They need to somehow give that title to someone for a year and build up someone's character around that title. Seriously. All right, let's move on. Roman Reigns promo. Fucking hell. Just play my music again, Shugs. Roman Reigns. A fucking locomotive. A locomotive, bruv. Are you... And we're meant to believe that that word actually comes out of your mouth on a daily basis. Come on, bro. A locomotive. Who talks like that? I know for a fact you're not in your hood chatting like that, bruv. I know you're not there chatting like that. If you said, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna go into the Royal Rumble. I ain't got time to be facing you, Big Show. So I'm gonna come and kick your ass all over Corpus Christi." Bam, that's it. I know. I can believe you saying that shit. But when you're starting fucking saying like you're faster than a bullet up a, what are you talking about? That's not you. Fucking hell. Matt, how stupid can this guy sound? Like, I know it's not his fault, right? And I know, I know it's not his fault. He's been given whatever he's been given. If I was Vince, right, and this is what my next, you know, in quotations, John Cena, guy is gonna say, I would fire the guy that wrote that shit. Do you really think that this guy has put this in there and allowed him to go out and to say this shit? Really?
I was laughing the whole time. I just, for some reason, every time Roman Reigns talks, he seems to talk in slow motion. And I just find it hard to follow.
Because
I mean, he runs around doing his Superman punch and whatnot, and then he just can't talk normally.
All right, it's just there's no resemblance, there's no relation to what he's saying, what's coming out of his mouth, and what he looks like. It just doesn't work. It's like if Dean Ambrose came out looking like the Genius, like it just don't work. Powers, do you think Reigns is still, a lock on to win the Rumble in WWE's eyes?
In WWE's eyes, probably, but now the O'Brien effect, it's if anybody other than Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, fans are just going to fucking shit on it. He's been out nearly a year and he's still the fans wanting him, Mr. Bryan, and he's probably always going to be for a long time.
Yeah. It's just this Reigns thing, Shugs. It's this Reigns thing. It's like, I know we talk about it all the time, and I know, we rant about it all the time. But he must have some kind of, he must be able to fucking, like, just say, you know what, I'm not saying that.
Well, exactly. I think, that's the difference between the ones who go on to be like the big stars and the ones who are just some generic person who we all hate because they've shoved them down our throat. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think back to all, like Austin, or you think like people like that who they want Roman Reigns to be, or they want us to think, they'd be like, just scrumpling, throw in a bin. I ain't reading this shit. Do you know what I mean? It's bullshit. I'm not reading it. Or they just be like, oh, thanks, and then when they go, just say something else.
Exactly. What's going to happen?
Nothing.
At the same time, it's like, he needs to be a bit more unique. He needs to stand out, and what he's saying is not standing out. Maybe, and what he does in the ring is not standing out. It used to, but then it became too repetitive. So back to the Performance Center, definitely should not win the title this year, and just wait, and just let him build up his character a bit more. Let's move on. Ascension versus these jobbers. Mike, what's your view on the Ascension? Because we haven't talked about the Ascension with you yet. So what's your view on the Ascension?
My view of the Ascension, man, is just it was something that could have been great. That is, it's not as good as it could have been with old Bram in TNA. Now he was part of the Ascension at first.
Mm-hmm.
It had a nice little feel to it with Victor, and now it just seems like they just got some like stunt double. not to harp on the Mizdow and the Miz, but this seems like they got his stunt double, and not a good one, I may add, and just put him in there. And now they're just doing the repetitive stuff where they're going to face jobbers after beating the former tag team champions. Tell me how that makes sense. You go from beating former tag team champions who just lost the titles to just local jobbers every week, and then making fun of legends who are no longer here. I don't know. It just rubs people the wrong way, and it's not how you build a tag team for the future.
I completely agree. Me and Shugs have said week in and week out, the entrance, right? They should have kept the vignettes, and what they should have done is, as soon as the Usos won the titles, Ascension should have just come from nowhere and just F them up. And then that's it. Just, you know what I mean? Build a program.
Yeah, I said the same exact thing, man. I'm right there with you. I was saying, why not? It's like instant credibility. Boom. You attack the champions, you got a target set, and you immediately make a name for yourself. But apparently, they don't get that.
And then it gives us the feeling of, we want to know who these guys are. Who are these guys? Why are they here? Like, you know, and then eventually, you know, they hold off from telling us for a while, you know, heel heat, and then they tell us. So, but yeah, Shugs, you know, they beat up jobbers. Like, before they beat up the jobbers anyway, what did you think of the promo? You know, because Lance Storm got pissed, so pissed, he turned off the TV.
I didn't even listen long enough to hear any promo. As soon as I see these fools, I just like press fast forward. I'm not interested in the Ascension. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't interested in them when they were on NXT, because they were dead on there. So why are they going to be any better?
I hear that. All right. Quick escape route. Let's go on to the next segment. Big Show versus Reigns. Powers, you know, I said this before, that I don't think Big Show is the person for Reigns to kind of get over against. Is there anyone on the roster who can draw out the best of Reigns, do you think?
Me, I would honestly love to see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in a program. I really would. But just Big Show, you don't know what side of the fence he's on from one week to the next. It's like he turns up at arena and decides, oh, I think I'll be face today.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's not. It's just not ideal. It's just. It worked when last week when, you know, he was on commentary and he was singing the praises of Rollins and stuff, because that is what the commentators should be doing, you know, building the praise. But that is one thing that pissed me off about the whole Ascension thing, is the fact that these guys are new, right? You're meant to be bigging them up. You're meant to be making them credible. Instantly, these guys come on, and JBL's like, oh, you couldn't
do that to the fucking Usos.
Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, build these guys up. They're new. They're meant to be stars. Build them up. You don't shit on them I just don't get their ethos. Anyway, sorry. I digress. Frenchie, what's your kind of feelings on Reigns? You know, do you feel that WWE are failing him, or does he need to, you know, maybe go back down to the Performance Center and do a bit more?
I think it's all aspects of the whole lot, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously he struggles with stuff. Like, he struggles on the mic, everyone knows that. He needs to add a few more moves to his moveset. But then obviously he's not even been... Booking-wise, he's obviously been booked strong, but I mean, all the stuff around the booking just seems to be off. Like a lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the promo they wrote in, which was terrible, like you said. And like putting in with Big Shows, surely someone knows this isn't going to be the best thing around this time of year.
Especially going into Rumble season. I mean, maybe it makes sense around the Rumble season, because lo and behold, we know he's probably going to eliminate Big Show from the Rumble. I mean,
yeah, if someone like Cesaro, who But look how he's put now. If he can eliminate Big Show in a battle royale, Roman Reigns is going to be able to.
But at the same time, looking at Reigns, and looking at the attributes that he does have, he has things there, right, that he can use as tools to get over it. He does have things there. One, he's got the look. Two, don't know if you noticed, right, when he comes down, yeah, he pumps fists with all the fans. Boom. The thing is, he's a bit cagey, but he doesn't do it with everyone. Look at Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid got over by himself. He got over by himself. He came out. Everyone just started loving him, pumping out the fist. Bam, bam, bam. Broken into the camera. He should make that his thing. He's gonna come. He jumps over the barricade. I'm gonna go around to the fans. Bam, pump your fist. What you saying? Bam, pump your fist. Come up. Jump on the top rope. Yeah, salute the fist to all the fans. The fans salute. That could be his thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, believe that. That is his thing, but it's in the wrong context because he's saying shit that we don't believe. So how are we going to believe that? You know? He
just needs to show up and fuck shit up. Just show up. If he just says believe that, maybe just that. Come on, beat the hell out of whoever he's facing.
Look at the way he was dealing with Sheamus that time when him and Sheamus were talking, and he'll be like, "Look, Sheamus, I'm not afraid to fuck you up." Basically, he needs more of that. Again, let's move on to this shambles of a feud. I feel it is anyway. Ambrose versus Bray. Shugs, after the last couple of weeks, now watching this match as well, I feel like this feud has just hurt Ambrose more than it's. You all right there?
I'm fine.
I feel like this feud's kind of hurt him, Ambrose, more than helped him. What's your thoughts on the feud?
Yeah, it's just like they've just tried to force it, haven't they? They just forced it, and even when it's seemed like a natural ending, then they've just kept restarting it again, and it's just been shit, really, haven't it?
It's the things they've got him doing as well. The things they got him saying. I mean, look at your boy Nakamura, Shugs. That's who Dean Ambrose should be, right?
Just doing his shit, and fucking everyone up.
We'll get to Nakamura later, but Mike, what was your thoughts on the ambulance match? Itself.
The thing itself, it wasn't too bad. I still don't understand why the ambulance is smoking. I don't get that either. I mean,
no, Van Damme's about.
Van Damme's probably in the back, maybe. Who knows? I thought it was good. I mean, the fact that Ambrose keeps losing is not. It doesn't rub me the right way. I don't understand why he continues to lose, but that's WWE logic and WWE booking. So I should be accustomed to that. But other than that, the match was all right. But like Shug said, they just keep restarting everything. It seems like it's finally done, and then they just keep bringing it back just for match quality, probably.
All right, let's move on to Ryback versus Rollins and Kane. Matt, what's your thoughts on this match?
Probably the same as most of the other matches. I really like Rollins. Can't stand Ryback and Kane. So that's probably the less you say, the better, I think, to do with that.
Yeah.
It's what I expected was going to happen. So.
Paras, tired of Kane, obviously, like I said, in this role. Time for him to just be an agent and just do that. This match was great for Rollins in terms of finishing with 2 curb stomps to take the big guy down. What was the point of his promo last week for Ryback? If obviously you can't really put the 2 and 2 together because obviously this was based upon the fact that he went against the Authority. But I thought that they could have done this maybe 2 weeks later after the promo.
Oh, they should have done it later. I totally agree with you when it comes to Kane. He just ought to fuck off now. It's really... Even when he wrestles in them stupid trousers, he looks an idiot.
Are you going to be hurling abuse at him if he's on your tour?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Don't get arrested now, bro.
I held abuse at Kevin Fleeting done, and I didn't get thrown out, so I'm not going to be bothered about hurling it at Kane.
Yeah, let's get them Kevin Dunn sides going for the tour. Let's get them Kevin the Dick Dunn. Let's get them done. All right, main event: Cena Appreciation Night. I'm not a big fan of Appreciation Nights,
well,
but
it's every night, innit?
Yeah. But Mike, by the time I fast forward through Raw, I hoped that I would get something, but I got more shit. can they seriously look at this show and like say that this ending and say that, yeah, this is good enough, you know? Look at last week's ending. Is this good enough, you know?
Oh man, honestly, it's not good, not even close. I mean, I was gonna say, Cena Appreciation Night from top to bottom seemed really, really stupid in its own right. The only thing I found mildly amusing was the fact that they played the music. It was all supposed to be happy, but you knew it wasn't, and you see the look on Cena's face. That was probably the only thing that was enjoyable to me, because I just hate Cena to no end. But it wasn't good. I don't know how they can sit there and say to themselves that, yeah, this is good. This is going to be good TV. People are going to like to watch this, except for maybe the people that normally watch wrestling just for the hell of it. You know what I mean? That's probably what they bank on, their normal audience. They figure, oh, they're just going to watch it anyway. You know they're, even when we really do.
What's going on in your background? It sounds like a toxic waste meltdown siren,
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Usually when I wake up, that's one of my alarms that go off. I'm surprised it hasn't shut itself off. I'm going to have to shut it off now.
Shugs, Rowan, Ziggler, Ryback were called out and they got fired, basically. What possibly were they thinking about this in terms of future angle?
Wow. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Because, you know, all the initial thing you think of is like, how long is it going to last? You know? So how long are they going to be fired for? Is it going to be like a week, 2 weeks, or is it just they're going to be back on next week? And you know that we're not going to get any good payoff, really.
Oh man, they'll probably be back next week, like you said. They probably will.
They'll forget they fired him or something.
Yeah.
They'll just come out to a normal match.
Ziggler versus Fandango. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah. James, do you think that they're winding down on Cena now? Because I obviously don't see him in the title picture at WrestleMania, and he's at that 15th title, and I think they'll probably make a big deal about the 16th, but they'll make a big deal maybe about it in the long run because he wouldn't have had the title for a couple of years, maybe.
I don't think they're winding down on, but the problem at the minute they've got is obviously WWE is set on Roman Reigns, but he's the one member of the Shield who fans don't want. The fans want Ambrose and Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing forward, I think the firing angle is probably going to head towards power struggle. Maybe somebody comes back, fetches and then back, and then it'll all end up with Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania for control.
Mm-hmm.
So probably it'll be announced that Sting were appointed general manager before Rollins was authority to, Cena to fetch authority back.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking about, do you think they should maybe use their energies towards making a talented top 6, up at the top, rather than focusing solely on Roman Reigns? Because if you look at obviously the New Japan guys, they've got 5 top guys right there. That the top main eventers,
Yeah, it's the same. It's Ring of Honor. Focus it around the top 4 or 5 people, not just rely on one man, because as Michael would say, for the last 10 years we've seen it's just sucked.
Yeah. Matt, do you want to add anything else, maybe about the generic Lex Luger USA music that they decided to play at the end?
I was pretty much zoning out by the end. I was just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Stephanie McMahon shocking out again, dancing as she likes to.
And her hideous dress.
That's the end of Raw. Let's get Raw ratings. Shugs?
4.
Nice. Mike?
I'm going 0 on that.
Whoa! That's the first ever 0 on the show, people. I got a clap Emerald for that one.
They deserve it. They deserve it. You deserve it, guys.
Paris?
I agree with Mr. Rodriguez. That's exactly what it was given on the JWR podcast. That's 0.
Frenchie?
I
don't even think I have to give it rating, do I?
No.
God, that was another 0.
Another 0. 3 zeros. God damn. All right. Let's go to the Raw feedback. Right. Let me get this up now. Okay. So, Shugs, you want to do the first 2 and I'll tackle M. Cook?
Let me log in first.
All right, I'll just tackle M. Cook now. You can take the first two. All right, Michael Cook said, I wouldn't say it was an awful show, but it just went on far too long. I heard my expectations for WWE TV shows now, and all I want is for them to give me a reason to watch a pay-per-view or special event if we don't get the network in the UK. Authority firing Ryback, Rowe and Ziggler is okay with me, as when they do come back, I'm sure it would be for a good moment, and probably at least one of them will turn heel on Cena. Oh yeah, actually that's a good point. As for Seth Rollins, being entered into the Royal Rumble title match, I think it's a good idea and possibly the only way they can get the belt off Lesnar if he decides to not extend his contract. I'm not sure Vince doesn't want another Bret Hart situation with the champ leaving the company. Interesting times to come.
Nick McGee, I give the show 5 out of 10. The only highlight was the ambulance match. Anthony Walker, the only thing worth talking about on Raw was the ambulance match. Like you said, truly an awful show. 4 out of 10.
Dazzy Lee says, this was basically my reaction the whole show. The one and only highlight I can mention is Paige actually doing something relevant, and he's got the picture of Cena with the black face with the music playing, like Mike was saying. And then I'll read the next two shooks. Billy the Mark Johnson says, I won't fill this section with a massive rant like I did last week, so I'll just post this picture as it's worth 1,000 words. He just put a picture of them just looking all angry and Cena's face, and then a picture of that Jim Cornette face.
Oh, gee.
When he was doing the shoot video. And then Joshua Smith says, WWE went backwards with the Authority coming back. Each show is getting worse. All right. So we're going to go to a bit of a break now, but then we'll be back with RIP SmackDown in 60 seconds. We'll be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestling Kingdom 9, Shook Stunners, and Track of the Week. So don't you miss it.
Hi, this is Karma, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network. It's your boy Kinny Killa right here with the gal and Sugar Shugs, Head of Fan Relations, James Powers, Professor TNA, Mike Rodriguez, and Matt French. So, we're going to go into RIP SmackDown in 60 seconds. So we used to use this time to talk about SmackDown. No more. So we're going to talk about wrestling news. So, New Japan Pro Wrestling. James, did you watch it?
I did. First ever time I've watched it, I even wrote a review on it. I think it's fucking awesome.
Oh, now this is important because it's very important to find out what people who've just watched it for the first time have thought. Me and Shugs, we're new, but we've been watching bits and pieces here and there. So for you, what was the uniqueness about it that you liked about it?
They were all about the wrestling. They weren't about stupid fucking promos every 3 minutes. After the first match, music for next star were already coming down aisle before fucking Fistons had gone out. Brilliant.
Yeah. What did you think about the first match?
I thought that Kyle O'Reilly, is that how it's pronounced, Kyle O'Reilly? Oh man, shit hot. Absolute shit hot. Bloody brilliant. And
Bobby Fish, so unique. Unique.
I watched it all the way through, and I thought, some of these are brilliant stars, and then you watch it and you think, WWE's got a pile of shite.
Who stood out for you?
Oh, as much as I hate to say this, AJ Styles, that Styles clash, ooh. That was nasty.
Off the top rope. Ooh. Oh, God. Matt, did you manage to... Oh, well, we've talked about this. You said you still got it to watch, so...
yeah, I've literally got it.
Mm-hmm. So
I've been to my PlayStation.
So we won't pretty much talk... Do you mind if we talk about the results, or would you...
No, that's cool. I'm probably not going to remember who they are when I watch it.
Is this the first New Japan thing you're going to watch?
I've seen bits in the past, but not like continuously that I remember them all.
Okay. What about you, Mike? You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, and was this your first time?
It was my first time sitting down and actually digesting a whole big part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've seen it a little bit when they used to work with TNA in the past, but not as much as I did with Wrestle Kingdom 9. And I must say, the whole entire thing was freaking awesome. The card from top to bottom, I was not bored for like 1 second. Whereas for Raw, it's like I want to turn it off the moment it starts.
Do you think this is the beginning of something that you're going to watch regularly now?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it introduced me to a lot of cast of characters that I have not seen before. Nakamura, man, was fucking insane. and that he's one that pops out to me as a guy that works there that I had no idea about until then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's one, I can't remember his name because it's kind of escaped me and I can't really think of it, but he had like a Michael Jackson-esque entrance.
Yeah, that's Nakamura.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah. See, that's what happens when I'm half asleep. I can't think for it.
Shugs, man, we've been talking about it all week. This was, I think, our first proper full. I'm not sure if you've gone back and watched the rest of it, but you know, you watched at least, I think, was it the last 3 matches you watched?
Yeah, I still haven't finished off watching the last match, but I saw the AJ Styles and the next one.
And you watched the English version. What was your take on JR and Matt Striker?
Yeah, I just thought it was good because they were going at it as in like because it was their first time calling it. They were doing it like it was a lot of people's first time watching it as well. So they were giving you like good introductions to the characters, and they were just it was a good way or a good starting point for somebody who hasn't like really seen it before. They were giving you like a good introduction into it. Really good stuff.
Yeah, Global Force Wrestling did a really, really good job on this, with the promotion side of it, and the fact that they were going to introduce this to, you know, the Western world and so on, and it was perfect. From top to bottom, everything. I mean, the unique styles, every match was different. You look at the beginning match, fast paced, you know, talented guys, you know, Alex Shelley, obviously part of the Time Splitters, you know, we've seen him in TNA. Then you got obviously the Red Dragon from RAH. People know who they are. Then you got the Young Bucks. That melts a driver, Mike. Fucking hell.
Holy shit.
360 splash into a tombstone. Are you crazy?
Oh, just the combination of moves are just, oh man, makes my head spin, but it was fucking awesome.
Doomsday device and they stood up. What the hell? They took a Doomsday device and landed on their feet. Oh shit. Shugs, this Nakamura, man, you just say everything that you need to say about this guy because he's your guy.
It's just like it's just somebody having a character, do you know what I mean? And just going with it, and you can see that they just let him be who he is, like, do you know what I mean? And he just goes with it and lives it through the match. You know, he doesn't come out and go into it. He just like lives this character, and he makes you believe in. It's someone interesting. Where it's not like 1 week we get somebody doing something, the next week they're completely different and they switch from one person to the next, you know? He's just on and he's Nakamura all the time, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Well, man, I mean, there was a massive thing on, you know, these guys' shoulders, and the fact that the amount of punishment they took. I mean, Shugs, look at Suzuki versus what's his name, Sakabura. Oh, jeez, man, like the Mission KO match. These guys were slapping the hell out of each other, like, and the ice packs. I mean, we're talking about the little things that make it unique about, you know, the young boys, you know, the wrestlers in training, the ice packs, everything about it. The opening, the way they announce them, when like for instance, like Tanahashi, when he come out, they're just like Hiroshiro Tanahashi, and it's like they're saying it and shit. It's just amazing, the whole thing about it, and I don't think it would ever get old for me anyway. So anyway, the next thing that came up was the next night, which was New Year's Dash. So it's kind of like the Raw after WrestleMania. And if you can try and watch that, it is on, you know, watchwrestling.net or whatever we watch it on. So try and watch it if you can. It's in the archive section. It's a good follow-on from Wrestle Kingdom 9. Cody Hall, who is Razor Ramon, Scott Hall's son, is now being inserted into the Bullet Club as their young boy. So that's going to be interesting. Came out with the whole Razor Ramon garb. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, if people don't know anything about New Japan Pro Wrestling and you want to know, just check out this pay-per-view. And the names you need to know: Tanahashi, Okada, Nakamura, Ibushi. Obviously, you know AJ Styles, Naito, fucking Kenny Omega, Taguchi. That match, fucking one-winged angel, like electric chair into a fucking Death Valley driver. Are you kidding me? Just the uniqueness of these moves fucking makes the zigzag look like shit. Anywho, alright, that's enough of me gassing up myself about fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling. But let's go on to Shug Stunners. Shugs, this is the first time you can put in New Japan Pro Wrestlers in this mix.
Jobber of the week, I'm going to give it to Monday Night Raw. Because they jobbed the fuck out. I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Main Event and SmackDown were better, probably because they had better fucking wrestlers on there, and they actually get to have a match on those shows. Move of the week, I would like to give it to the Styles Clash off the top rope, or the second rope, but it's gonna go to Nakamura and his Bumaye knee, because that just fucking looks like it's gonna kill you. How can you take that knee? Because we see Daniel Bryan does the flying knee, and you just like glance it off the side, but these guys, they're just getting fucked up.
There's no kayfabe in that. I don't care what anyone says.
The one Ibushi hit on him was worse. He got fucked.
Oh, good lord.
So maybe I'll give it to Ibushi. And the rest of the week, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's just my hero. After 1 week, he's turned into my hero. He reminds me, he's a mix between sort of CM Punk and Dean Ambrose. And he's just, with a bit of Ric Flair flown in. He's just too good. He's too good. His idols are Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson. How can you beat that?
You can't.
You can't.
Right?
It describes him. It just describes him, innit?
Brilliant.
Like, fully. Oh, my man Nakamura. I love that. So, we're about out. I'm going to be letting Shugs know when the next pay-per-view's out. It's New Beginning. There's always two shows. So New Beginning is the next one. Apparently, main event for New Beginning is Tanahashi versus AJ Styles for the IWGP heavyweight title. So that will be interesting. All right, so that's the end of the show, people. That is the end of the show. Yeah, I mean, I just want to thank Matty French for coming on. Matt, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
I thought you was going to go, but he's still here. So, yeah, I want to say thanks to Matt for coming on. I know you got to rush off, mate, so let the people know where they can find you on Twitter.
You can find me at Frenchie8090.
Nice. All right, I also want to thank Head of Fan Relations. That's right, it is James Powers. Let them know where they can find you on Twitter and also where they can find JWR.
Always a pleasure, Sir Alec. Always a pleasure. You can find me on Twitter at JamesPowers33, and you can find anything related to the JWR podcast at jwrpodcast.weebly.com. All
right, and obviously, Mike Rodriguez, Professor TNA, you got to go back to bed, but just let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter. Thanks for coming on.
All right, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for having me come on, because the last time I was here, I was wearing shorts. This time I'm wearing, pants and a whole sweater. It's freezing cold. But nonetheless, you can find me at Mr. President 92 on the Twitter.
Nice. Obviously, cannot do this without the goddamn Sugar Shugs.
Pleasure, mate, with getting out of bed for on a Sunday morning. Not as early as Mike, but it's early enough.
I tell you what, my highlight of the week is just to see the excitement from Shugs about New Japan Pro Wrestling, because I have an obsessive nature and I get gassed about pretty much everything.
Anything good, right?
Yeah. And to see him get gassed was nice. It was a nice change for once. So this is something me and Shugs is going to definitely look into New Japan Pro Wrestling now. So because of that, track of the week is Hiroshi Tanahashi's song. Yeah, that's right. The IWGP Heavyweight Champion. This is Steve's song. So yeah, no, in the words of, just because, I just couldn't be able to find anything. And if you don't like that, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Woo!